Good afternoon. Who's ready for a sway and a stretch with me today? It's approaching 4 p.m. on Sunday the 21st of June, Father's Day, longest day of the year. I hope you're all feeling well today and you're ready for this. Just waiting for a few people then to come and join me on our third installation of movement snacks for today. Feel free to say hi on the messaging. What we do is we look at all of those messages at the end of our movement snacks and give you a reply. Feel free to ask any questions. We'll be more than happy to give you a response to any questions about the movements that we do. So just fire away. So we've got 3 of you lurking in the background at the minute. Who's saying hi first? Hi Erica, I can see you're on. Are you joining us today? Hope so. Let's just give you a wave there. There we go. So we're going to be entering week 14 from tomorrow. So we're keeping on going, aren't we? And the replies that we're getting from some of you as to how you've been feeling, how Make Movement Your Mission has changed things for you is really, really pleasing. Couldn't be more chuffed between the movement snack chefs. So it's shift change for myself, Bex and Dave tomorrow. From tomorrow, we'll all be doing slightly different shifts. I'll be with you with the 12 noons. Dave will be with you for the 4 p.m s and Bex is doing the movement snacks for breakfast. Right, few people in. Wendy, hi, Carol and Mrs. P. Great to have you. Bright and breezy in Shrewsbury today. Breezy in Gateshead, sorry. There, you're ready for a sway in the breeze, are you, Carol? I've just come back from my dad's. Luckily, he only just lives around the corner. But we've just literally sat down at about 3:20 to eat the biggest Sunday dinner. So I've got food sweats, I've got rushing around sweats. So hopefully this sway and stretch is going to bring me back down to a level as well. To be fair, so that I can digest my food baby, I just really want to have a lie down right now. Okay, we've got Gillian in from the PTP as well. Looking forwards for your stretch and sway. Lovely. Sheila's here from the collective. Maddie's checked in as well. You've all ticked off the movement registrar for today. As you can see, I'm in a slightly different location after yesterday's stress attack of internet gremlins. And for a change, it wasn't my children that are to blame for the internet gremlin interference. They were just watching Netflix. The internet had a bit of a fluff and decided to throw me off. So hopefully today, with an empty house and being a little bit closer to the internet where it all plugs in and everything, we shouldn't have any interruptions today. Right, who have we got now? No sweating, us ladies glow. Yes, I've got a healthy glow. That's what it's called. Right, who wants to be my timekeeper then for today? If anybody can just give me the nod when we've got a 3, 2, 1 and we can get into our stretch and sway. Hi Laura, hi Red Rita and Odile, you're all ticked off the movement register. So hopefully you've had a good day and you're feeling fit and well and you're enjoying every movement snack that you do with us. So we're adding those movement minutes as we're constantly saying so. This is above and beyond any other general day-to-day goings abouts and tasks that you do. And also with us paying particular focus to some components of health and well-being, then we can make change or start to make change or even give the body opportunity to make change through doing some of the mobility exercises that we do, mobility movements should I say, functional movements like bending, reaching, picking things up. The strength and balance emphasis that our noontime movement snacks give us gives some focus around those two components, and our sway and stretch for functional three-dimensional movements and the importance of improving flexibility within some key muscles that we work in this session. Oh, right, who else have we got? Red Rita says it's 2 minutes to go, probably a minute ago that message came through. Myra's in, Inonka's in, great to have you. We're clocking up the numbers, we're at 23 viewers at the moment. 23 viewers and joining inners, I hope. Time's up, here we go then. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Kelsey Leverton from Later Life Training, coming from a somewhat warm and pleasant Leicestershire countryside today. This is your 4 p.m. sway and stretch on the 21st of June. And we are going to get moving now. Are you ready? Let's have a think about where you'd want to stand or sit to begin your movement. Snack. Wherever you are, take a moment just to have a think about what's happening down at the bottom. So where are your feet? Where's your weight? What are your legs doing? Hips lengthening up through the spine. Weights even over either your sit bones if you're sat in the chair or your feet in standing. Lifting, rounding the shoulders back and down. Engaging some of those muscles across the upper back just to try and hold that shoulders back down and relaxed position. Head held high, and cue, we are ready for some circulation boosting. Take hold of some support if you prefer in standing. Let's have a think about just moving the feet, lifting the heels, pumping the heels. And as you know, I will just switch around in a few directions or positions, standing or seated, so you can see what your chosen options look like. If you're in the seat, same again with the heel pumps. If you're ready and you want to bring it into a leg march, have a think about your posture. That may well change if you start to lift and clear the feet off the ground. Think about ankle movement. So to get good ankle movement, we need to peel the feet away from the floor in seated or standing, and then lay the feet back down onto the floor. So we're lifting from the heel as we march and lift the feet. Heel, ball, toes, lifting, and then toes, ball, heel on the way back down. I hope I got that the right way round. So we have options here for support. Either holding on if you feel that you need that to keep you more confident and steady. If you're ready to freestand, you can bring both arms in to an arm swing, moving from the shoulders, or just have a go working the one side before at some point switching over to work the other side evenly. Same in the chair, one arm, both arms together, legs involved with arms if you like as well. And this is our quick injection of circulation boosting. Bring it down to a pause and just a moment of stillness before we head into our sway. So our sway, we've been progressing it over the week. So we have breathing linked into the moves, legs, arm movements, and a change of gaze if that feels right for you. You might want to face your support and work one arm as we get into this movement with the arms. If you'd like to have a go at moving both arms together, then and you need some support, take up a position where you're leaning against either the wall, here's the door behind me, or a cabinet that's sturdy of some description. Here's the arms. Let's just do a few rounds of the arms. So we start with the arms low. Arms and palms come in, low level, press away, still at that low level, about chest height. Palms in and then palms pressing away. Here's the lift. So we're drawing half a circle on the way down and a full circle. On the way up, half a circle. On the way down, a full circle. And then a breathe in and a breathe out. Holding on to the side, that looks like this with one side. To the centre and press. Here's the half circle. Arms are slightly in front of your head there. Here's the full circle. And there's our pause in the middle. If you're changing sides, have a step around. So off you go with that movement. Have a go at breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. If you can, press the arms a little bit straighter. A circle, half the circle, breathing in and breathing a long breath out on the way back down. Breathing in and out as you press your heel of your hand downwards. Have a go at that with breathing again. Have your hips against the back of a wall or something if you need to. Here's your middle movement. You can make these arm movements as small or as big as you like, depending on how your shoulders are feeling. Just have a think about what those shoulders are doing. As you press the arms down for our full stop, let the shoulders sit down and back. So we're not coming into a place or trying to avoid any hunching and tensing through the shoulders. Take a pause there. Okay, here we have our leg movements. So in seated or in standing, a little bit wider. Sink into the knees. In the chair, you're going to be shifting your weight from one side of your hip to the other. And in standing, just take up some support if you feel you need it. Keep lower, a little bit lower than usual into the knees if your knees are happy with that. And again, this shift of weight in seated or in standing can be as big or just as small as you feel confident with. Take a pause there. Let's have some head movements here. So what we're heading to do, pardon the pun, is just stand or sit tall for a moment. Hold on if you need to. Change of direction with the head might catch your balance. So let's make sure we feel okay in standing before we do this. Look into one side and then continue in the movement round to the other side. That's your low arm movement done. This head turn is the second arm movement done. One to the right, one to the left. Your half circle is looking up, gazing upwards, gazing downwards, and then bringing the head lifted and focusing directly ahead of yourself. Have a go at that again. Turn to one side, steadily move to the other. Do that again. Turn to one side, steadily move to the other. A gaze that comes up, a gaze that comes down to the floor, and then a gaze that comes dead centre, focusing forwards again. Okay, we're going to link those together. Watch the first one if you like. So here we have a breathe in and a gaze and a breathe out, looking to the other side. Here's the centre, so we look to the original side and breathe out as we move the head to the other direction. Here's your gaze upwards, the legs are still moving, you're breathing out, a long deep breath at this point, back to the centre, breathe in, breathe out. If you've got your hips against the wall, you can still include, if that feels all right for you, a little shift of weight from side to side. Keep going, breathing in as the arms come up, gaze is up, gaze is coming down as we're breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out, and head lift. Let's try that 2 or 3 times round. So shifting the weight, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, looking if that feels right for you. Upwards, breathing in. Downwards, breathing out, dropping the chin towards the chest a little bit, looking down at the floor, and there's your lift back to the start position. Okay. One arm can be used with this as well, remember. I'm just going to do this one more round. Here's the lift. Alright, if you just finish the one that you're on and take a pause. Okay, standing stretch. We're going to do 2 stretches in and amongst each other for standing and seated. Standing have a slightly different second stretch to the seated, to you who want to remain in seated. Calf stretch first. So take hold of a sideboard or the wall, stride one leg back and push the heel down. Well, now we've done this a few times before in our movement snacks. Standing, front leg bent, back leg straight. After you've done this for 20 seconds or so, you're going to lift the heel on the back leg and take a small bend into the knees, and then focus on tucking your tailbone under. So we're tilting the pelvis so that we get a stretch in this area down the front of the leg. So in standing, if you want to have a go at that, 20 odd seconds with each position and then change sides. In seated, we have one leg out straight for our calf stretch and we're pulling the toes back. Hold it there. There's your 20 to 30 seconds there already. If you want to hold up to 30 seconds, if that stretch feels particularly beneficial for you, then you can do, or you may choose to repeat the stretch another time around. Right, that leg that's out in front of you at the moment, feeling the calf stretch, we are going to bring that foot a little bit further back. Now, you might find that your heel comes up there, but what I'd like you to do is focus on pressing that heel down, and you're just leaning forwards a little bit here. So you're not completely upright, you're just leaning forwards a little bit. You might feel these muscles switching on a bit, but hopefully you're feeling that stretch lower down in the calf. The first stretch, we get it in the belly, or the biggest part of the muscle, and then with this particular positioning, it helps us to stretch more around the Achilles tendon and into the lower portion of your calf. Change sides if you haven't done already. Pulling up, holding that position. So if you're in standing, you may be just finishing off with the heel up at the back, the bend into the knees and the tilt of the pelvis forwards. So that, in essence, looks like that. And then you're stretching down the front part and into the hip. Now, I did that freestanding, but you might find that that challenges your balance a little bit, so do hold on for that extra bit of support. Seated, have we brought the foot back? Push the heel down, this time on the back foot. Think about posture and just bring your weight forwards a little bit. And hopefully you'll feel that stretching in the lower part of the calf muscle. Okay, once you've done that, take a pause. So we've just killed 2 birds with 1 stone there. Okay, we're going to move into our back of thigh stretch. In standing, you may prefer have something in front of you. We do need one foot slightly in front of the other. We need to bend our back leg, sit the hips back. Try and keep your back in a long, lengthened position until you feel a stretch along the back of your thigh. Alternatively, we've done this one before, where we've got one foot in front of the other with your hips touching something behind you. Again, just to give you some support and balance. If we're concerned about our balance, if we're having to think about our balance whilst we're having a go at these standing stretches, I'm going to hazard a guess that you might not feel the stretch very well. So make sure that you've taken up as much support as you need. Here's your back of thigh stretch in seated. All right, if you brought two legs with you today, let's have a go at the other side. Now this is a loose ankle in seated. Lift, 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 lengthen through your posture and then hinging forwards. Try to be mindful in standing or seated position not to round the shoulders and hunch the shoulders over. Stay tall and tilt. That's what we need to get the best stretch we can out of this muscle group. All right, recover, take a pause, and if you're in standing, do you want to come and join us in seated? And as you do so, put the brakes on as you lower and land your hips in the chair. Have a go at hip walking forwards, because I'm going to hazard a guess that you're quite far back in the chair that you've just sat down onto. Right, inner thighs. Wider position in here. Toes are turned out, knees are facing in the same direction as your toes. Just trying to get myself in the middle there, look, that's better. And then take your hands on the inside of your knees, push your knees out. Now you will be tilting forwards on this one, so just from the side, there's me pushing the knees and just tilting forwards. You can see the back is long, the shoulders are down, just so that we can relax other muscle groups as we head into whatever stretch we're doing. So we need to be able to take our knees apart and have some flexibility getting in and out of a car. Turning over in bed as well. These are useful but muscles that get quite tight in anything where we're stepping out to either direction. Take a pause there, everyone. Right, we'll stay seated, unless you would ultimately prefer to be in standing for these last two stretches. We'll have a go at our chest stretch. So all of these stretch movements help us to lengthen our muscles. Here's what it looks like from the side. Hands towards the back of the chair or hands on the side of your hips. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Now I know I'm looking over my shoulder, but have a go at just looking forwards and lengthening up through your neck. So we're aiming to develop some flexibility so that when we go down to do something near our feet, shoes on, socks on, clipping of the nails, then we are more successful and less uncomfortable in getting down to those lower places. Also helping with bending and reaching down to lower levels as well. Chest stretch, if we just come out of that one now, just give the shoulders a bit of a circle. And we're going to do finish off with our hand to shoulder, or get as close as you can to lifting up the elbow. And keep on going until your muscle tells you to stop. Hold, fix, breathe into it. Adding some long deep breaths to stretching can help relax into it, and it can help tell our brain tell our body that actually I quite like that, so I'm going to relax into it. So your stretch tension eases off a bit and we might be able to progress a little bit further into whatever area that we're moving. Extra stretch here, so elbow comes up, alternatively an extra reach just for a couple of 3 seconds and then come out of it. Catch the elbow if you need to, just as you recover. So hands on shoulder. Have a go at walking the fingers down the back. Trying to scratch an itch. Sitting tall, lengthen through the posture. best you can. Hold it there at a point where that muscle in the back of your arm's feeling it. And a bit further if you can, elbow lifted, stretching down the side now, or an extra reach just for 3 to 1 seconds, and then come out of that. And we are done. There be your sway and stretch, your last 10-12 minute block of movement for the end of this week 13. So exciting, heading into week 14 from tomorrow. Bit of a shift change between me, Bex and Dave. So we'll all be seeing you at slightly different time slots than you've had used to us this week. Keep on crowbarring, everybody. You know, those stretches can be good if we've been out for a decent walk or done something quite taxing round the house. If you've just got if you've noticed you've particularly got some restrictions on joints, or you've noticed that actually, that doesn't stretch as far as I thought I could, extra stretching always does good. These can be done daily on nice warmed up muscles. We'll get a better stretch. So into this evening, any crowbar opportunity, do a bit of shoulder circling, couple of heel raises at any given opportunity. It's all there for the pickings, and we get a few movement minutes extra in the bag too. Take care, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm on the noonday snacks, so I look forward to seeing you for the beginning of week 14. See you later.